Welcome to Ramble 44, everybody. Okay, so I tried to make the ranged, uh, what was it called? Ranged meta blog thing, or whatever they're doing to the equipment rebalancing with range. I think that's it. Equipment rebalancing range blog or whatever. I started recording it for like 20 minutes. I was literally talking to myself, and then I realized my mic wasn't on. So I have decided that I'm not going to upload that. I apologize because I was literally saying that I would upload it yesterday night. And then, yeah, I started talking to myself, and I was like, okay, fuck this. Anyway, so if there happens to come out with like a new updated version or something like that, or something changes, then I'll make a ramble about it, hopefully sooner rather than later. This one already took a few days, so it's like, at this point, like re-recording it and like putting it up 3 days after it's already been posted, it's like, so I'm sorry, guys. That's on me for not uploading it. I apologize. But yeah, I kind of want to just talk about a few things. So my birthday's in a week, and I have been doing a lot of Wildy Slayer, and I do my corpse stream still. But so for the next week, I think I just kind of want to focus on Wildy Slayer because next Sunday, I'll be doing like a little birthday stream, I guess, where I'll open all my Laren's keys and I'll open all my hard caskets and stuff. And it'll probably be in the morning. I know Hey Jace is also having like a 5 year celebratory, like starting stream on the same day. But it's my birthday, so I can do whatever I want. I can plan whatever day I want. It's my birthday. But no, so anyway, he will also be having, I think, a 12-hour stream. I think his starts at 11 a.m. So I'm gonna try to plan mine for earlier. So yeah, if you guys just want to hang out on next week, just this next Sunday, I'll be doing a little birthday event. We might play some hide and seek, give out some money and shit. So RSGP, not like real money, but yeah. So yeah, you guys can be there. Few thoughts though. So a lot of okay. So I'll cover a little bit of just things on the range blog because it's been a topic of discussion. So one of the things is that new bow, the upgraded crystal bow. Some people love it. Some people don't like it at all. Some people think it needs to be changed in certain ways. Anyway, I'll just give my opinion on the matter. I think. Oh yeah, and then the other thing is that like there's people that think it shouldn't come from Gauntlet, and then there's some people that think it should. Anyway, I think it's fair that it comes from Gauntlet because it's literally the Gauntlet. Like it's like literally the place it should come from. But here is what I really want. Let me open these doors again. It's a really AFK task, so I decided I'd do the ramble now. But anyway, here's what I want. I want it to come from Gauntlet. That's totally fine because yeah, it would be great if it came from a new Gauntlet or a new piece of content. But I also understand that we would probably have to wait a year or two to like actually see that, So not like the bow is essential or anything, but it does seem like a cool bow, and it does seem like it would give a little bit more variety to like what you would use. A 4-tick like attacking bow would be pretty sick, but it needs to shoot arrows. Like it needs to shoot real arrows. And the reason is because so apparently they want to make it so the bow can be corrupted, which means it would have unlimited charges. So that's fine and all, but if the bow is uncorrupted, it should be taking crystal shards and it should be shooting arrows. Like it should be a dual sort of charge system. Of course, everyone's gonna pay for the corrupt fee. So as soon as you corrupt it with 1,000 shards or however much it is, I'm assuming 1,000 because that's the same as the blade. Then all it's charged with is just arrows. Like that's what you shoot it with. And it needs to be arrows, in my opinion, because the bow is extremely strong. They're making it really fucking strong, which is kind of fine. But that should be the power with dragon arrows, so that dragon arrows maintain a high. Because currently, like right now, dragon arrows have a very okay. I don't play a main account, so I don't know like what the price of dragon arrows has really gotten to, or like what it's lowered to. But I was looking the other day, and like I remember dragon arrows being like 1,000 something, and now they're 600. And like again, this isn't really about the economy. I'm just trying to make a point that there's a bunch of people with a fuck ton of arrows, and the only real use for dragon arrows is like with a T-bow or with a dark bow. But who the hell uses a dark bow? And with a third age bow, like who has a third age bow and who's using that? Like it's basically the only use of dragon arrows is with a T-bow. So it'd be cool if there was a new bow that was very useful and it could use your ammo, and then like the dragon arrows you accumulate could be used with that, and that would be the proposed current range strength of it, is using dragon arrows. And then everything lower would obviously be a lower damage with the bow. So I think that was a fair thing. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. I know I hear the argument. I was already hearing it in my chat of the crystal bow doesn't use arrows, so why would this bow use arrows? But the crystal bow also couldn't be corrupted, and this bow 100%, even if it's not proposed on release, it's eventually going to be able to be corrupted. And then having a bow that has unlimited ammo is like really game breaking, in my opinion. Just my opinion. So I would love to hear your guys's. But I personally think it should use arrows. Anyway, it's a cool bow. It's a cool concept, I guess. I really hope it looks badass, because also in my stream I was talking about how shit the crossbow, like look at how crappy this crossbow look. Okay, like you might think, oh, this looks badass. The only reason it looks badass is because it's powerful as fuck, but like this thing kind of looks like a Nerf toy, like one of those like the Nerf company, you know, like those 8-year-old styrofoam toys that you get. Yeah, it looks like that. When you compare this to a third age bow, I'm not going to do it right now. I could go on the wiki and show you, but when you compare this shit to a third age bow, this bow looks like trash. Anyway, I really want that new bow to look badass. Anyway, that's really besides the point, but that's basically my thoughts. The bow is extremely OP as proposed. It should take arrows, and the dragon arrows should be that proposed range strength, but then everything else should be lower. Anyway, okay, let's move on. I guess I can sort of talk about the range blog a little bit, I guess, but that's pretty much the big thing. I'm just gonna pull it up here actually, because fuck it, it's a ramble. I'll talk about some things that popped out to me. Okay. So I'm just going to scroll through. Oh, yeah. Amethyst darts were a huge thing. So Amethyst darts, I'm okay with, personally. A lot of people said they are going to devalue Rune and stuff. So I'm looking at it from an Iron Man's perspective. So an Iron Man's perspective this is my thoughts on it. Amethyst takes forever to get. You waste a bunch of time going for Amethyst. Rune, however, you get Rune from like almost everything in this fucking game at this point. So Rune has always kind of been a zero-time dart in my eyes. It's just kind of like you just do content and you get Rune. Amethyst is, no, you got to mine that shit, and you got to spend a lot of time doing it. And I think the other thing is Amethyst takes 92 mining. So one of the arguments that was brought up was, oh my god, like there's going to be some low-level irons that are just getting like higher than Rune darts really quickly because they can't get Rune. When you have 92 mining on an Iron Man, I don't think you're really struggling that hard for like Rune. I mean, who knows? Maybe you are if you rushed mining or something. But most people that have 92 mining are kind of up there in the late Iron game. Of course, this is me looking at it from an Iron Man's perspective. If I look at it from a main's perspective, it's really tough for me, but I would love to hear the main's point of view and the economy, because I understand this would make it so Rune darts aren't going to be smithed often, or like, you know, because they're obviously going to drop in price because of just the sheer amount of Amethyst bots there are. That is like a huge deal with main economy. But again, I'm not really qualified to talk about the main, so I'd love to hear it in the comments. I think Amethyst darts are fine, though, because it's a lot of time wasted going for it. It's has the same max hit as rune darts, which is the only... So you got to keep in mind with this whole like blowpipe change and shit, they're making it so the accuracy is all the same, I believe. Or let me make sure I'm... Yeah, it looks... Okay, wait. Let me look at what the blowpipe is. So this is the proposal. All the accuracy is literally the same, and then the strength is different. So rune and amethyst is a 2 strength difference. So if you do not get a max hit from it, it is the same DPS. There are very few occasions, they said, where like the amethyst dart will give a max hit. In that situation, yeah, perfect, cool. Amethyst is better. But it also took you a long time to do it, and it was 92 mining. And I'm assuming a high fletching level as well. So you got to have a high fletching level. Same with rune darts. You got to have a high fletching level to make those. But anyway, this whole thing is just... I'm just saying, like, it's not that big of a deal for Amethyst to come out. And, like, so you guys might be thinking, oh, this might be a Sebe agenda. Trust me, I'm not going to be, like this has... It's not like I have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Amethyst banked. I'm like, oh, like, come on. I have 0 Amethyst banked besides, like, the 6,000 arrows I have. And I don't plan to make Amethyst because I have, like, 70,000 rune darts. And I'm fine with it. So I'm trying to make a point where, like, I'm one of the people that should be against it, but I'm not, because I think it is balanced. Because I made a bunch of rune darts assuming those are going to be like my darts forever. And I'm still fine with it because we're not really losing a max hit from it except for in special situations. So, oh! Alright, well that was shit. Fuck. Anyway, I was supposed to be stacking caskets. You guys are like, what just happened? I'm supposed to be stacking caskets, and I just sent it. Anyway, just drop this. I already have another spade. Drop this shit. Okay, yeah, that wasn't... Fuck it. LMS shit. Okay, I wasn't supposed to open that. I was supposed to be camped at 2550, but whatever. That's not that big of a deal. Okay, so here's what we're currently looking at. It would have been 72, rip. We got 42 Laren's keys, so these will be open next week on Sunday. Let's just open this real quick. Cool. But yeah, so let me scroll. Let me get to my task again, and we'll talk a little bit more. But yeah, I wasn't supposed to open that. That was my first misclick, actually, in like probably 300 caskets or something since I've been saving. So yeah, not bad. Okay. Also, this Bone Crusher necklace I think it was just this week, they made it so it actually protects over things. So when I have protect item, this actually gets protected. It used to be this. This used to be protected. Now it's this. So I'm kind of happy because I think I'd lose a couple max hits wearing this in the wilderness with a crossbow because of the % damage that I'm losing. But I save a lot of these blighted restores. It's kind of nice. And I really don't want to be doing a bunch of LMS to fund Wildy Slayer. So on the tasks where I don't have to wear like Zammy D-high top and stuff, I just bring this necklace. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's go back to my... This is how I do this task, by the way. I just open these 2 doors and I stand right here and then just AFK. Okay, let's go back to this. Amethyst darts, they're fine in my opinion. Okay.
What was that, dude? Oh
my
gosh, somebody...
Let me just load this up and pause this. Fucking hell. This is the ramble. Okay, just pause. Wait, who followed, actually? Let's just take a look. Commander 46, thanks for the follow, King. Alright. Or shit, I just closed out of it. I gotta keep it open and have it paused. It's 1:42 in the morning and somebody followed. I don't understand. Okay, crystal armor. This is a good change. The good change is that they're making it so the helmet, body, and legs aren't equally weighted with like the accuracy and strength. I am a big fan of them keeping how plate bodies are supposed to be the most powerful, most defensive, most strength. Like look at a BCP. It has the most defense and the most strength. And there's a reason for that. It's the chest plate. Like that's the slot that's supposed to be the best. So this makes a lot of sense. I really love this that they're doing that. It's a good change. And it's making it so that the Slayer helmet won't be such a like it won't be a decrease as much. Like you're only losing that 2.5 and 5% accuracy. Anyway, cool. I like this. Scrolling through. Yeah. I do think the new bow is a cooler sort of, I guess, I don't know. I just feel like the new bow makes more sense than just upgrading the current crystal bow. Plus the current crystal bow, I don't really like the look of it. It's nostalgic, yeah, but I don't like it. Okay, so these offhand shields for range are now getting range strength. So I think it's a good update. It makes crossbows decent. The Dragon Hunter crossbow is also being nerfed to 25%. That's good. It's still going to make Vorkath actually better with Buckler. And with a Dragonfire Ward, apparently it's going to be hitting 75s instead of 74s, which is pretty disgusting. But no, literally like every single person on Reddit would hate it if Vorkath ever got nerfed or their precious Dragon Hunter crossbow ever got nerfed. But so they had to like basically make these new offhand shields have per. Anyway, I wish it was nerfed even more than just by 5%, but this is a good change. Anything that lowers these stupid ass percentages that are so ridiculous, lowering them is a good thing. Ooh, Laren's key. Because I am not a fan of just invisible percentage boosts on certain monsters. What I am a fan of, however, which they don't implement, but I know Arcane and Husky are kind of, they would like to change this at some point, or I don't know if they're going to, but I think they see the benefits of doing this is where, for example, the Arclight is a 70% multiplier because its base stats are so shit that it needs such a huge multiplier. What it should be, and they've agreed, and a lot of people like GE Challenge, Port Gazard, Guppy, they all think that it should be like these invisible stats where the Arclight just has, whenever you're against a demon, it has a static plus, let's say, plus 50 melee strength, plus 50 accuracy. Just something where it's just base. Like, okay, there it is. Like, there's an invisible plus 50. Not some percent. Just straight up static stats that it's added onto as an invisible boost when you're fighting that certain monster. That would be a lot better because as soon as more strength, armor, and items come into the game that are just boosting your strength by a little bit, it multiplies with these percentages, and it's horrible because it makes it so the rapier and the sail door and the mace and the, like, I would say scythe, but scythe also kind of gets a benefit from added strength, but those weapons continue to just get that slight advantage with any additional strength, while the Arclight gets a fucking like 1.7 to every like strength that comes out, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I think shit should change with this, but this is at least they're lowering it, not increasing it, so I'm happy. Armado crossbow, very cool. I like how they're making it so you get that double bolt activation chance increase. That's really cool. And Shazian armor, making it so it's more like a ranged armor. I'm totally fine with, because who the hell is like meleeing their shamans? You know, I always see people just blowpiping them in cannon. So this is a cool change in my opinion. They're just making it so it's called Shazian body instead of plate body. Let me open these doors again. Task's almost over anyway. Okay. And then they were talking about Inferno. It seems like every single person in this game is now an Inferno speedrunner or something, because they really care about like not nerfing Inferno speedruns. But anyway, that's fine. There's gonna be changes in the game. That's totally fine. Everyone has to deal with it, I guess. Maybe I'm just biased and I just don't care about the whole speedrunning thing. Or I mean, I think speedrunning's cool and I love watching it, but like that can't like halt all like game updates because of like speed running, you know? Like there needs to be some integrity changes. Okay. Unpolechain, like I'm fine with them. I like how they've taken the community into mind, and they did a poll and everything. Like they did like a not a poll per se, but like they did these sort of player what is it? I just want to say poll, but it wasn't an in-game poll, just like a poll like outside of the game, that thing they did where they asked everybody these questions. Anyway, I think that was great, and I think they pretty much nailed it. For the most part, everything in here was pretty well done. I think all the changes here, there's nothing like drastic that I'd be like, oh shit, you got to change this, or this is horrible, or this is busted. I think everything is really well balanced, and I'd be fine if all of this came into the game. I really trust the J mods. Do I trust them with my life? Absolutely fucking not. But this seems really good, and I'd be totally fine if it comes into the game. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Next week, or I guess in like 3 days from now, TOB hard mode's coming out. I will be doing TOB hard mode, but I am going to wait until Wooks and everybody find out how to do it. I want it to be solved basically before I go into it. I might fuck around on day one, maybe, if it's like seems like it's feasible enough to just do it on day one. But for the most part, I'm going to wait until it's solved and then go in with my team. I'd probably be like Linda, Creel, and Salach. I don't know. I mean, I'm down to do it with anybody, but I want a really good team with all scythes, and they all have scythes. And so I'll probably be doing it with them on stream, potentially. And I want to get a Sanguinesti. I want to get the Metamorphosis, of course. But if I start doing hard TOBs and I get a Sanguinesti, I'll probably just end there at that point. Because most likely the Archaea Spellbook will have come out. And I really want to go fuck around with the Archaea Spellbook. There's so many things I want to do with it. And then apparently Fasani's Nightmare is coming out in early July. I kept saying in my rambles and like I think in my Sebe casts that I was like thinking the earliest Fasani's was coming out was in like mid-August or like September even. But Arcane came into my chat and he was like, yeah, it's looking like early or mid-July is when they're planning on it. So I'm very excited. Get back to Nightmare and finally just feel like I can progress in this game again, like actively progress. Like I still am progressing. I still love playing currently, but did I just think I got a hard clue or something? Okay. Let's see my next task real quick. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. So I just don't have much time to do hard mode TOB. So I'll do as much as I can, but if I get a Sanguinesti or I get the Metamorphosis, well, pretty much I'll honestly stop until I get the Sanguinesti. That's basically the thing that will make me stop. If I get the Metamorphosis, I'll probably still continue until I get a Sanguinesti. So, yeah, I really do for Fasani's want to just be using my harm as much as I can. So I've been doing some Winter Todd here and there. I don't have many charges, but the 10,000 is like the most I've had in a long ass time. So I'm doing some occasional solo Winter Todd just to be like stacked with harm charges, but we'll see how many I actually end up getting. We're at a healthy amount of Rathrons. I still need more as well. Plus the Archaea Spellbook's going to be using Rathrons, so I need to start getting on this grind a little bit harder. And yeah, so that's kind of the plans, guys. Hopefully you feel a little bit more updated. Again, this Sunday, I will be doing my birthday stream. Turning 26, by the way, if you guys were curious. And yeah, so look forward to seeing you guys. And thanks for listening, guys. Take it easy.